Hey, welcome to the Frost Sports Podcast, and I am your host, Frost Raptor 30 here. Yeah. I want to address a few things before I get into it on why my lack of consistency has been kind of an issue, which is fair. And let's see, how long has it been? I believe the Raiders game was the last thing I put up. And then they beat Buffalo. And I was going to put is there hope for the New England Patriots? And I'll be dead honest, I got a little bit procrastinated, got a little bit distracted, and didn't get it. The Miami game was up. So I said, you know what, let's see. If they're even competitive against Miami, I'm still going to feel good. They were, and they blew it. So I was like, well, that sucks, but it's in Miami. We don't do well in Miami. I'm going to wait one more week. I want to see what this team is. I'm like, you know what, let's wait. They go to Washington. Or Washington comes to them, and they lose. And that they blow a lead, they don't recover, they don't ever look good, and quite frankly, that was just kind of it for me. And I was thinking of making is this like all these videos, all these ideas, all these podcast episodes of like, is Belichick done? And I didn't. Quite frankly, I just did not get to it, and I did not really get to the point where I felt good enough to make it, and then the Colts game happened. I think it was the Colts. I feel like there's a game in between, but I think it's the Colts. Oh my gosh. The amount of expletives that probably should have been said for that game. I said this is an abomination to America. This is an abomination to Germany. The game was awful. And the worst thing, New England should have won that game by at least several points. I have so much to go over. I have so much to spill out and absolutely destroy and all this and kind of just obliterate it all. And then the report comes out today. Jack Jones got cut. I'm like, he's not, I'm not too happy about that. He played fine. It was the gun incident. I'm surprised Bill Belichick, I think a lot of people were very surprised Bill Belichick kept him after that incident, but apparently there was something. And he just got picked up by the Vegas Raiders. I hope he does well. I really hope he does well. And most likely, I know I just repeated that sentence, but I don't care. I think he's going to do very well over there. And then the report comes out. And today, at about, I think, 10 or 9-ish a.m., I don't remember the exact time, but that's where I checked it, that 80% of the locker room has officially lost faith in Mac Jones. And then Gronk comes out and comments saying, and obviously there's going to be ex-players, especially Jules and Gronk, coming out and bashing this organization. And when Gronk commented on that Mac Jones, that New England does not believe in Mac Jones or does not respect him, that kind of that just hit me so hard, because that is not a analyst, a sports figure, someone who says they know it all but really knows nothing. That is a Hall of Fame ex-tight end of yours who has spoken and the thing is Mac Jones got help from Brady. I was so hopeful. And I said too, the Indianapolis game was not good, but completion-wise, Mac did really good. I will say they took the ball out of his hands a lot, but he did pretty good for what he did. He did have an interception again. And then Bill Belichick should have been fired for this. I don't care anymore about Bill Belichick's legacy as the coach or blah, 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 blah. I don't care anymore. I don't care. You can, I'm apologizing for that, but like, the gibberish is literally what New England has been. What has been this team for the last couple of years under Bill Belichick? Because Bill Belichick is not that guy anymore. He is legitimately the old man on the lawn who, yes, he can run a good defense. He has proven time and time again he cannot manage an offense, he cannot draft for an offense, and he cannot build a offense. He can build a defense, he can draft a defense. Hands down, he is really good at that. But he cannot draft and build an offense. Do you know who the best offensive player is been this year? Demario Douglas. And I'm going consistently. He's done pretty well. I'm not going Ramondre yet. I love me some Ramondre. I love Hunter Henry. I love Gesicki. But these guys, it's just like, I want an alpha dog. And then, the whole reason why I'm making this episode is because I was really ready to go in and say, Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be the New England Patriots pick. And as soon as this report came out, I'm like, oh, we need to look at these other quarterbacks. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, who do I want? And I don't know if I want Caleb Williams. I kind of don't know. I'm personally on the fence because he is very Mahomish, but if Bill Belichick's the head coach next year, I don't want him. Give me Marvin Harrison. And I know someone predicted an offensive tackle. And that's just a very difficult choice for me because I believe that's a good pick, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is there. You go get a playmaker. Joe Burrow proved getting an alpha dog wide receiver is a good way to win a championship or at least be competitive now. And there's obviously New England has $100 million in cap space. They're going to probably make some moves. I think they're probably going to keep Duggar. They're probably going to keep Uche. But if I'm being dead and honest, the only offensive player the only two or three offensive players I think of keeping is Onwenu, I think. I can't remember. I can't pronounce his name. Forgive me. Hunter Henry, Kendrick Bourne. Let Trent Brown go. He is not that guy. Michael has been doing much better. Draft. And I think this is the last season for one Bill Belichick because Bill Belichick, I said, if this was the Patriots of last year, New England might be a game under 500. They might be a game over 500. They might be like a 5-4. They probably would have been, counting the wins they have, they probably would have, beat the Commanders, beat the Colts. There's 4 wins right there. And you know what? They would have probably done? Probably beat Philly. There you go. There's 5 wins. They're 5-4. But they didn't. They could have beat the Rays 5-4. No, they didn't. That's because this is not a good football team. This is a bad team. The only reason this team is not absolute utter trash is because the defense is still there. They still have one of the best run defenses in the league. But quite honestly, I don't know how long that's going to last. And Dietrich Wise saying we have a bad record. We're not a bad team. Wise, I appreciate you so much. I know you've been flashing a lot more this year. You are a bad football team. I know you don't want to admit it, but this is a bad football team. This is not just bad play, bad. No, everything's bad. And nobody wants to admit it, but Bill Belichick is bad. I knew this was going to be a rough bye week because, Zappy comes out and says, I am 100% ready to be a starter. Will Greer is getting rumored to go and be a starter. This is absolute trash. Again, the only winnable game is the Jets because New England will play up against the Jets. They're not going to play up against the Steelers. Are you crazy? They're not going to do that. Again, coming off the bye, I don't remember who they play. I think it's either Kansas City, which they are going to get absolutely destroyed by the Kansas City Chiefs. absolutely destroyed by the Kansas City Chiefs. There is no doubt. I mean, the other game is I think they will beat the Giants. I'm very confident in that. But then again, Daboll's the next Belichick assistant, and those guys usually have his number. But I think, like I said, I think New England's going to be going for that number one pick because I think the Panthers have a very good chance at winning like 2 or 3 more games, and I think the thing with the Panthers is they have absolutely nothing to lose. Winning is just to show promise, and that is what they need. But kind of to summarize this little episode or discuss my feelings on Mac Jones, I have a Mac Jones t-shirt. I have 2 Mac Jones t-shirts, and I was going to buy his jersey, and obviously I will not be doing that. I am just disappointed, heartbroken, because this is the first quarterback in my lifetime I got to see drafted and was like Patriot made. Like it was a rebuild one, but it was like, I mean, it was nice. And I'm just so heartbroken. I don't think this is completely Mac's fault, but at the same time, I've defended him to no end. I said he does need to play better, but I've defended him to no end. And I'm kind of at the end of my ropes. Like last year, I said I don't think Mac's that bad. I think it's the OC. This year, I mean, I think he needs more weapons, but at the same time, I don't think he has the right coach. I think that's what explained the really bad behavior early on. I don't think he has the right coach. I don't think he has the right GM because they're one and the same. I don't think he has the right weapons. He doesn't have the right O-line. I don't know if he has the right... I can't give you. I'm not saying he needs everything to be perfect for him, but, I mean, just give the guy an alpha receiver who's good. Because Juju Schuster is not that guy. I'm sorry. And the thing is, too, and it sucks, is because Jacoby Myers was looking to be a guy who could be a good receiver and actually looked to be, like, slowly climbing the ranks and slowly making progress. And then our great GM decided to let him go for Juju Smith-Schuster, who we are paying more than and is worse, significantly. I unfortunately think this may be the last season we see McCorkle Jones in the red, white, and blue New England Patriots uniform. I don't know if we're going to rock with Zappy next year. I don't know if we're going to draft someone. Or maybe we keep Mac for like one more year. But that's all I'm going to say. Like, subscribe. Hopefully more of these things will be coming out a little bit more consistently. I think because of the bye week, I might do some more content since I don't have to worry about the Patriots, but we'll see. Anyway, have a good night. Have a good day, whatever you're doing right now. And don't forget to stay frosty. Love y'all.